14.
Gonna call it back in session.
Oh, sorry. Call us back in session first.
4:57.
At 4:57. We don't have no regular items, like I said, for 13, 14, 15, 16. 17 was just going to be the sacred shawl. Mr. Cross, are they here?
Yeah.
The sacred shawl? No.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the no DAPL. Okay. Okay, so Tribal Council at this time, Mr. Cross asked me to also, through my office, we have a phone call wanting to be made with the attorney Jennifer Hughes in regards to the DAPL issue. Could it?
Can we put it after the secretary's office?
Okay.
So RB.
Okay, so we'll just come back. Councilwoman Whitehurst.
Motion to approve the treasurer's report.
Got a motion and a second. Second by Councilwoman Little Hawk Weston. Secretary, call for the vote, please.
Jim Meeks,
Yes.
Dwayne Yellowhawk,
Yes.
Garfield Apple,
Yes.
Glenn Gibbons,
Yes.
Lydia Bearkiller,
Yes.
James Cross,
Yes.
Sonia Little Hawk Weston,
Ha.
Vincent Tulent,
Yes.
Craig Dillon, Cora Whitehorse,
Yes.
Ryan excused, Bo Little White Man,
Yes.
Chauncey Wilson,
Yes.
Philip Goodcrow,
Oh.
Randy Laisbeth,
Yes.
Richard Greenwell.
Yes.
15 yes, unanimous, motion carried. OST Secretary's Office, Tribal Council minutes for December 5th and 26th, 2018, January 2nd, 2019. Motion to approve. Second by Councilwoman Little Hawk Weston. Secretary, call for the vote, please.
Jim Meeks,
Yes.
Dwayne Yellowhawk,
Yes.
Garfield Apple,
Yes.
Glenn Gibbons, Lydia Bearkiller,
Yes.
James Cross, Sonia Little Hawk Weston,
Ha.
Vincent Tulent,
Yes.
Craig Dillon,
Yes.
Cora Whitehorse,
Yes.
Bo Little White Man,
Yes.
Chauncey Wilson,
Yes.
Philip Goodcrow,
Oh.
Randy Laisbad,
Yes.
Richard Greenwald.
Yes.
15 yes, unanimous, motion carried. Part B, Executive Committee minutes, December 18, 2018. Motion by Councilwoman Whitehorse. Second by Councilman Dillon. Secretary, call for the vote, please.
Jim Meeks,
Yes.
Dwayne Yellowhawk,
Yes.
Garfield Apple,
Yes.
Glenn Gibbons,
Yes.
Lydia Bearkiller,
Yes.
James Cross, Sonia Little Hawk Weston,
Ha.
Vincent Tulent,
Yes.
Craig Dillon,
Yes.
Cora Whitehorse,
Yes.
Bo Little White Man,
Yes.
Chauncey Wilson,
Yes.
Philip Goodcrow,
Oh.
Randy Laisbad,
Yes.
Richard Greenwald.
Yes.
15 yes, 0 no, 0 not voting, unanimous, motion carried. I don't see the fifth member's office here. I don't think we have the report in the packet. Okay, so we'll skip the fifth member's office and move into the 2/3 agenda items. Okay, and then the secretary is bringing around a list of the 2/3.
Ordinance of the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council rescinding ordinance number 14-19 and revoking the charter of incorporation for the Lakota Economic Authority and Development Corporation, otherwise known as LEDCO. Whereas the Oglala Sioux Tribe adopted its constitution and bylaws by referendum vote on December 14th, 1935, in accordance with Section 16 of the Indian Reorganization Act of 1934. And under Article 3 of the Constitution, the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council is the governing body of the Oglala Sioux Tribe. And whereas under Article 4, Sections 1F, 1K, 1M, and 1W of the Tribal Constitution, the Tribal Council has the authority to manage the economic affairs of the tribe, protect and preserve the property of the tribe, adopt laws governing the conduct of persons on the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation, and adopt laws protecting and promoting the health and general welfare of the tribe and its members. And whereas the Tribal Council has the power to form tribal business enterprises, organizations, and corporations pursuant to Article 4, Sections 1F and 1O of the Tribal Constitution. And whereas in exercise of these powers on May 27, 2014, the Tribal Council adopted Ordinance number 14-19, established the Lakota Economic Authority and Development Corporation as a tribally chartered corporation. And whereas Article 14 of the Charter of Incorporation of LEDCO provides for dissolution by act of the corporation pursuant to Section 14.2, beginning with the resolution of the Board of Directors of the corporation. And whereas since its adoption, Ordinance number 14-19 has not been funded or implemented, nor has an initial Board of Directors has been appointed. Further, Ordinance number 14-19 does not fully reflect the desired structure for a tribal economic development entity, and whereas as LEDCO has never been funded or implemented, and no Board of Directors appointed, the dissolution procedures set forth in Article 14 of Ordinance 14-19 are not applicable. And whereas for the reasons set forth herein, the Tribal Council desires to rescind Ordinance number 14-19 and move forward by adopting a new ordinance under tribal law for an economic development arm and entity of the Oglala Sioux Tribe that more fully reflects the desired structure and needs of the Oglala Sioux Tribe. Now therefore be it ordained that the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council hereby rescinds Ordinance number 14-19 and revokes any charter of incorporation issued to LEDCO. With that, I move to approve.
I got a motion and a second by Councilwoman Little Hawk Weston. Secretary, call for the vote, please.
Jim Meeks,
Yes.
Dwayne Yellowhawk,
Yes.
Garfield Apple,
Yes.
Glenn Gibbons,
Yes.
Lydia Bearkiller. Yes. James Cross, Sonia Little Hawk Weston,
Ha.
Vincent Tulance,
Yes.
Craig Dillon,
Yes.
Cora Whitehorse,
Yes.
Bo Little White Man,
Yes.
Chauncey Wilson,
Yes.
Philip Goodcrow, Randy Laisbad,
Yes.
Richard Greenwald.
Yes.
15 yes, unanimous, motion carried.
Thank you. Yesterday, we had an emergency finance meeting to approve the general fund budget because we are currently running on a continued resolution. There was only one amendment approved yesterday by committee, and that was the addition of council meals because it was previously taken out. So the only change was to the total balance, and I will read the ordinance now. Ordinance of the Tribal Council of the Oglala Sioux Tribe approving the 2019 general fund budget. Whereas the Oglala Sioux Tribe adopted its constitution and bylaws by referendum vote on December 14th, 1935 in accordance with Section 16 of the Indian Reorganization Act of 1934. And under Article 3 of the Constitution, the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council is the governing body of the Oglala Sioux Tribe. And whereas Article 4, Section 1F of the Constitution of the Oglala Sioux Tribe authorizes the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council to manage all economic affairs and enterprises of the Oglala Sioux Tribe, And Article 4, Section 1W authorizes the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council to adopt laws protecting and promoting the health and general welfare of the Oglala Sioux Tribe and its membership. And whereas Article 4, Section 1L of the Constitution provides the Tribal Council the power to delegate its enumerated powers to subordinate boards or officers, reserving the right to review their actions taken by virtue of such delegated power. And whereas the Finance Committee is a standing committee of the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council and has been delegated the power to oversee matters related to finances on behalf of the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council and Oglala Oyate, including budgetary matters. And whereas on January 28th, by motion and vote, the Finance Committee approved the 2019 General Fund budget in the amount of $6,009,246 to be forwarded to the Tribal Council for consideration and approval. And whereas the Tribal Council has reviewed the proposed 2019 General Fund budget, agrees with the foregoing recommendation of the Finance Committee, and has determined that it is in the best interest of the Oglala Sioux Tribe and the Oglala Oyate to approve such a budget. Now therefore be it ordained that the Tribal Council of the Oglala Sioux Tribe hereby adopts and approves the Oglala Sioux Tribe 2019 General Fund budget in the amount of $6,009,246 as set forth in the form attached hereto. Motion to approve.
I have a motion, second by Councilwoman Bearkiller. Secretary, call for the vote, please.
Jim Meeks.
Yes.
Dwayne Yellowhawk.
Yes.
Garfield Apple.
Yes.
Glenn Gibbons.
Yes.
Lydia Bearkiller. James Cross. Sonia Little Hawk Weston.
Ha.
Vincent Toulant.
Yes.
Craig Dillon.
Yes.
Cora Whitehorse.
Yes.
Bo Little White Man.
Yes.
Chancey Wilson.
No.
Philip Goodcrow. Brandy Laysbad.
Yes.
Richard Greenwald.
Yes.
14 yes, 1 no, motion carried.
Thank you. The next thing that we two-thirds on was ordinance number 1819, and in our last regular finance meeting, there was much discussion on creating stipulations for council and council travel and executive board travel, but after review, they asked us to two-thirds this on because it governs the behavior, including the travel and who must be present during council meetings and who should be at the council chambers or at the tribal office during council meetings. It also governs the charges for unexcused absences and everything else. So I don't know if there are any questions on it, I guess. I just wanted to make sure that all the council had a copy and were aware that all those stipulations they're asking for are specifically in this document. And if not, then I'll read the next resolution. Okay, the next resolution. Resolution of the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council of the Oglala Sioux Tribe accepting the verbal resignations of Valentina Merdanian, Nikina Mills, Ryan Jumping Eagle, and Richard Greenwald from the membership of the Finance Committee. Whereas the Oglala Sioux Tribe adopted its constitution and bylaws by referendum vote on December 14, 1935 in accordance with Section 16 of the Indian Reorganization Act of 1934 and under Article 3 of the Constitution, and the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council is the governing body of the Oglala Sioux Tribe. And whereas Article 4, Section 1T of the Oglala Sioux Tribe authorizes the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council the power to delegate to subordinate boards or officers any of the enumerated powers in Article 4, Section 1, reserving the right to review any action taken by virtue of such delegated power. And whereas the Finance Committee is a standing committee of the Oglala Sioux Tribe, and whereas the Finance Committee met on January 3rd, 2019, accepted the verbal resignations of Valentina Merdanian, Nakina Mills, and Ryan Jumping Eagle, and whereas the Finance Committee met on January 10th, 2019, and accepted the verbal resignation of Richard Greenwald, and whereas the above indicated individuals do now wish to resign their membership on said committee and voting authority on said committee. Now therefore be it resolved that the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council of the Oglala Sioux Tribe does hereby accept the verbal resignations of Valentina Merdanian, Nakina Mills, Ryan Jumping Eagle, and Richard Greenwald from the membership on the Finance Committee. Motion to approve.
Okay, got a motion. Second by Councilman Apple. Councilman Dillon.
I'd like to add my name to that, to get off that committee.
I'm fine with that.
Okay. Councilwoman Little Hawk Weston.
I was going to also add my name to, see if I could add my name to that.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
Did you check the numbers and make sure we're going to have enough on the Finance Committee?
Yeah, that leaves one from each district.
Okay, watched it. Secretary, call for the vote, please. Secretary, call for the vote, please.
Jim Meeks,
Yes.
Dwayne Yellowhawk,
Yes.
Garfield Apple,
Yes.
Glenn Gibbons,
Yes.
Lydia Bearkiller,
Yes.
James Cross, Sonia Little Hawk Weston,
Ha,
Vincent Tulance,
Yes.
Craig Dillon,
Yes.
Cora Whitehorse,
Yes,
Bo Little White Man,
Yes.
Chauncey Wilson,
Yes.
Philip Goodcrow,
Oh.
Randy Laisbad,
Yes.
Richard Greenwald.
Yes.
15 yes, unanimous, motion carried.
thank you, Council.
Okay, and then we have EMBD committee. The first one is in regards to the farm bill. Okay, we'll have the attorney read that resolution. Councilman Apple, your microphone is on.
Resolution of the Tribal Council of the Oglala Sioux Tribe delegating authority to the OST Legal Department and Mario Gonzalez to develop a plan for the regulation of hemp production under the 2018 Farm Bill. Whereas the Oglala Sioux Tribe adopted its constitution and bylaws by referendum vote on December 14th, 1935, and in accordance with Section 16 of the Indian Reorganization Act of 1934, 25 U.S.C. Section 5123, and under Article 3 of the Constitution, the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council is the governing body of the Oglala Sioux Tribe, and whereas under Article 4, Sections 1F, 1K, 1M, and 1W of the Tribal Constitution, the Tribal Council has the authority to manage the economic affairs of the tribe, protect and preserve the property of the tribe, adopt laws governing the conduct of persons on the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation, and adopt laws protecting and promoting the health and general welfare of the tribe and its members. And whereas Article 4, Section 1T, or 1F of the Constitution of of the Oglala Sioux Tribe authorizes the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council to manage all economic affairs and enterprises of the Oglala Sioux Tribe, and Article 4, Section 1W authorizes the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council to adopt laws protecting and promoting the health and general welfare of the Oglala Sioux Tribe and its membership. And whereas Article 4, Section 1T of the Constitution gives the Tribal Council the power to delegate its enumerated powers to subordinate boards or officers, reserving the right to review their actions taken by virtue of such delegated power, and whereas the Agriculture Improvement Act of 2018, the 2018 Farm Bill, Public Law 115-334, was enacted by the United States and signed into law on December 20th, 2018, and included provisions providing for the state and tribal regulation of hemp production, and whereas the 2018 Farm Bill provides for tribal regulation of hemp production pursuant to the development and submission of a plan for monitoring and regulating production to the Secretary of Agriculture, and whereas more than 2 decades ago, the Oglala Sioux Tribe adopted tribal laws regarding the production of hemp on the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation and now desires to move forward with the full exercise of its sovereignty and to open up economic development opportunities for the tribe and the Oyate, and whereas for the foregoing reasons, the Tribal Council has determined it is in the best interests of the Oglala Sioux Tribe and the Oglala Oyate to develop a plan for the regulation of hemp production under the 2018 Farm Bill. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Tribal Council of the Oglala Sioux Tribe hereby delegates and authorizes to the OST Legal Department and Mario Gonzalez, Esquire, the authority to, 1, develop a plan to regulate hemp production on the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation pursuant to the 2018 Farm Act, and with prior Tribal Council approval, submit the plan to the Secretary of Agriculture for final approval as provided in the said act, and 2, develop an ordinance to establish a commission to be responsible for the implementation of the tribal plan on the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation. Certification.
Motion by Councilman Cross, second by Councilwoman Whitehorse. Secretary, call for the vote, please.
Jim Meeks,
Yes.
Dwayne Yellowhawk,
Yes.
Garfield Apple,
Yes.
Glenn Gibbons,
Of course.
Lydia Bearkiller. Yes. James Cross,
Yes.
Sonia Little Hawk Weston, Vincent Tulance,
Yes.
Craig Dillon,
Yes.
Cora Whitehorse,
Yes.
Bo Little White Man,
Yes.
Chancey Wilson,
Yes.
Philip Goodcrow,
Help.
Randy Laisbad,
Yes.
Richard Greenwald.
Yes.
15 yes, unanimous, motion carried. Number 2,
Okay, have the vice chair read the next ones.
Thank you, Mr. Cross. I'll go ahead and read the first resolution under the Economic and Business Development Committee. It was a 2/3 item. Resolution of the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council of the Oglala Sioux Tribe and Unincorporated Tribe. Resolution of the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council to approve the purchase of a new 2019 John Deere 325G skid steer in the amount of $56,049 using FHWA Tribal Transportation Allocation as executed under the FAST Act 23 USC 202 and 25 CFR Part 170. Whereas the Oglala Sioux Tribe adopted its constitution and bylaws by referendum vote on December 14, 1935, in accordance with Section 16 of the Indian Reorganization Act of 1934, 25 USC subsection 5123, and under Article 3 of the Constitution, the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council is the governing body of the Oglala Sioux Tribe. And whereas the Tribal Constitution authorizes the Tribal Council in Article 4, Section 1F to manage all economic affairs and enterprises of the tribe, and in Section 1W to protect and promote the health and general welfare of the tribe and its members. And whereas the Oglala Sioux Tribe recognizes the importance of a well-maintained and continuously improved public transportation system on the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation for the health, safety, prosperity, and economic development opportunities for the Oglala Sioux Tribe and its members and for every community on the reservation. And whereas the roads maintenance program has a dire need for updated equipment to accomplish their scope of work and has secured 3 quotes and has recommended the John Deere 325G for purchase in the amount of $56,049. And whereas the Economic and Business Development Committee of the Oglala Sioux Tribe has met on the 11th day of January 2019 and voted to approve the purchase and forward it to the Tribal Council for final approval. Now therefore be it resolved that the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council hereby adopts and approves the purchase of a new 2019 John Deere 325G skid steer in the amount of $56,049 using FHWA Tribal Transportation Allocation as executed under the FAST Act 23 USC 202 and 25 CFR Part 170. And with that, I so move.
Got a motion? A second by Councilman Greenwald. Secretary, call for the vote, please.
Jim Minks,
Yes.
Dwayne Yellowhawk,
Yes.
Garfield Apple,
Yes.
Glenn Gibbons, Lydia Bearkiller. Yes. James Cross, Sonia Little Hawk Weston, Vincent Tulance,
Yes.
Craig Dillon,
Yes.
Cora Whitehorse,
Yes.
Bo Little White Man,
Yes.
Chancey Wilson,
Yes.
Philip Goodcrow,
Oh.
Randy Laisbad,
Yes.
Richard Greenwald.
Yes.
15 yes, motion carried. Next item.
Thank you, Council. The next resolution is resolution of the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council of the Oglala Sioux Tribe and unincorporated tribe. Resolution of the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council to approve the purchase of a new 2019 Caterpillar Model 140 motor grader in the amount of $291,000 using FHWA Tribal Transportation Allocation as executed under the FAST Act 23 USC 20. X15 Flex Swing, $17,584.42, in the total amount of $91,575.45, using FHWA Tribal Transportation Allocation as executed under the FAST Act 23 U.S.C. 202 and 25 CFR Part 170. Whereas the Oglala Sioux Tribe adopted its constitution and bylaws by referendum vote on December 14, 1935, in accordance with Section 16 of the Indian Reorganization Act of 1934, 25 U.S.C. subsection 5123, and under Article 3 of the Constitution, the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council is a governing body of the Oglala Sioux Tribe. And whereas the Tribal Constitution authorizes the Tribal Council in Article 4, Section 1F, to manage all economic affairs and enterprises of the tribe, and in Section 1W, to protect and promote the health and general welfare of the tribe and its members. And whereas the Oglala Sioux Tribe recognizes the importance of a well-maintained and continuously improved public transportation system on the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation for the health, safety, prosperity, and economic development opportunities for the Oglala Sioux Tribe and its members, and for every community on the reservation. And whereas the road maintenance program has a dire need for updated equipment to accomplish their scope of work, and has secured 3 quotes and recommended the John Deere 613 5E cab tractor, $73,991.03, and John Deere CX15 Flex Wing, $17,584.42, for purchase in the amount of $91,575.45. And whereas the Economic and Business Development Committee of the Oglala Sioux Tribe has met on the, is it the same date? Is it the same date?
Yeah, same date as the last one. They were all approved at the same time.
Okay. On the 11th day of January 2019, and voted to approve the purchase and forward it to the Tribal Council for final approval. And therefore be it resolved that the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council hereby adopts and approves the purchase of a John Deere 613 5E cab tractor, $73,991.03, and John Deere CX15 Flex Wing, $17,584.42, in the amount of $91,575.45, using FHWA Tribal Transportation Allocation as executed under the FAST Act 23 U.S.C. 202 and 25 CFR Part 170. And with that, I so move.
Okay, I got a motion, a second by Councilman Goodcrow. Councilman Gibbons.
Is there a reason, these aren't coming with loaders, is there a reason you didn't put loaders on these pieces of equipment?
I'll let the transportation or the maintenance talk about that. You can answer that.
We got 2 old tractors there with loaders, so to keep we got 2 older tractors there with loaders on, so to keep the cost down, I went with so I can get more equipment with it, with the funds that we had. So we do have some with loaders on already.
Councilman Apple.
We have 2 road graders in Manderson that I understand that the motors are out on them. Do you have plans for fixing those motors?
I never seen them, so I don't know if I have to go out there and look. I don't know if anybody had a AV or any of my guys know about them. Okay, I'll get with him on that, and I'll see what's going on with them.
Okay, I got a motion and a second. Secretary, call for the vote, please.
Jim Meeks,
Yes.
Dwayne Yellowhawk.
Yes.
Garfield Apple,
Yes.
Glenn Gibbons. Lydia Bearkiller.
Yes.
James Cross.
Yes.
Sonia Little Hawk Weston. Vincent Tulance.
Yes.
Craig Dillon. Cora Whitehorse.
Yes.
Bo Little White Man.
Yes.
Chauncey Wilson.
Yes.
Philip Goodcrow. Randy Laisbad.
Yes.
Richard Greenwald.
Yes.
15 yes, unanimous, motion carried. Next item.
Thank you, Council. The last resolution is resolution of the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council of the Oglala Sioux Tribe and unincorporated tribe. Resolution of the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council to approve the purchase of a new 2019 John Deere 544L in the amount of $146,671.58 using FHWA Tribal Transportation Allocation as executed under the FAST Act 23 USC 202 and 25 CFR Part 170. Whereas the Oglala Sioux Tribe adopted its constitution and bylaws by referendum vote on December 14, 1935, in accordance with Section 16 of the Indian Reorganization Act of 1934, 25 USC subsection 5123, and under Article 3 of the Constitution, the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council is a governing body of the Oglala Sioux Tribe. And whereas the Tribal Constitution authorizes the Tribal Council in Article 4, Section 1F, to manage all economic affairs and enterprises of the tribe, and in Section 1W, to protect and promote the health and general welfare of the tribe and its members. And whereas the Oglala Sioux Tribe recognizes the importance of a well-maintained and continuously improved public transportation system on the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation for the health, safety, prosperity, and economic development opportunities for the Oglala Sioux Tribe and its members, and for every community on the reservation. And whereas a road maintenance program has a dire need for updated equipment to accomplish their scope of work and has secured 3 quotes and has recommended the John Deere 544L for purchase in the amount of $146,671.58. And whereas the Economic and Business Development Committee of the Oglala Sioux Tribe has met on the 11th day of January 2019 and voted to approve the purchase and forward it to the Tribal Council for final approval. And therefore be it resolved that the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council hereby adopts and approves the purchase of a new 2019 John Deere 544L in the amount of $146,671.58 using FHWA Tribal Transportation Allocation as executed under the FAST Act 23 USC 202 and 25 CFR Part 170. And with that, I so move.
I have a motion. Is that a second, Councilman? No, Councilman
I
Apple.
have a question. Do you give training to your operators before they get on these machines? It seems that they're digging holes throughout the years and the roads are like this. And they need to crown those roads, but it doesn't seem that they know how to do that. I mean, I've been a operator for 6 years in my younger days, and I see this and I keep asking them to crown our roads, but I think in every district that's not done. So I was wondering about the training that you give to your operators. Is it done, or do you send them out with an experienced operator?
Yeah, my program, usually we take care of all the BI routes. But we don't go out to private drives unless we get done with all of our BI routes, then we'll assist them. But that's the motor fuels program that usually goes out to the private drives and takes care of them. So, and right now they're without a director. So I don't know if that since I've been here, I never seen them get trained or nothing yet. But a lot of them know how. But there's so many roads that they need to take care of that it's like they're in there and out fast to try to keep up with all. They're so backlogged. But they know how to build roads and they know how to crown them. But it's like they're in a hurry to try to get everyone's road done. And without a director in there, they might not. I don't know if they'll be able to catch up or not.
Well, tell them to come to Manderson.
Okay, I got a motion and a second by Councilman Dillon. Secretary, call for the vote, please.
Jim Meeks,
Yes.
Dwayne Yellowhawk,
Yes.
Garfield Apple,
Yes.
Glenn Gibbons,
Yes.
Lydia Bearkiller. Yes. James Cross. Sonia Little Hawk Weston. Vincent Tulance.
Yes.
Craig Dillon.
Yes.
Cora Whitehorse.
Yes.
Bo Little White Man.
Yes.
Chancey Wilson,
Yes.
Philip Goodcrow, Randy Laisbad,
Yes.
Richard Greenwald,
Yes.
15 yes, unanimous, motion carried. Next item, please. Councilman,
Go ahead, I'll turn it back over to the chair, Mr.
Okay,
Ross.
Thank you, Sonia. The Jennifer Hughes conference call that was supposed to happen today probably won't happen, but when I talked to President Bear Runner, he said they can deal with that in next B, but I think if we could just get a consensus of tribal council to allow them to deal with that tomorrow. It's dealing with those with DAPL, but it's dealing with two issues. One is the Mini-Vitroni Act, and the other one is the EIS. And so the conference call that we had last Friday, they did inform us that the judge was ruling against it. And so they wanted council's blessings if they should proceed or if they should just stop it altogether. So if it's okay with tribal council to allow XB to deal with that tomorrow, I guess just maybe a show of hands or whatever, however you want to deal with that, you know.
maybe you just do a motion to forward it to XB.
Motion. I'll make that motion to send it on to XB.
Got a motion and a second by Councilman Dillon. Secretary, call for the vote, please.
Jim Meeks,
Yes.
Dwayne Yellowhawk,
Yes.
Garfield Apple,
Yes.
Glenn Gibbons, Lydia Bearkiller,
Yes.
James Cross, Sonia Little Hawk Weston,
Ha.
Vincent Tulance,
Yes.
Craig Dillon,
Yes.
Cora Whitehorse,
Yes.
Bo Little White Man,
Yes.
Chancey Wilson, Philip Goodcrow,
Oh.
Randy Laisbad,
Yes.
Richard Greenwald.
Yes.
15 yes, unanimous, motion carried. Porcupine District.
Thank you. Originally, our attorney Steve Gunn developed resolutions for Porcupine regarding HUD funding, but we had some changes, and so we only have 3 copies. One was given to me, Cora, and Secretary. I'm sorry we don't have the extras, but I'll go ahead and read the resolution. Resolution of the Tribal Council of the Oglala Sioux Tribe to authorize the Oglala Sioux Tribe to apply for funding under the Indian Community Development Block Grant Program in the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, and to work with the Housing Director and other appropriate tribal officials to explore other funding opportunities within HUD for Indian Community Development for the development of a community center for the Porcupine District. Whereas the Oglala Sioux Tribe adopted its constitution and bylaws by referendum vote on December 14, 1935 in accordance with Section 16 of the Indian Reorganization Act of 1934 and under Article 3 of the Oglala Sioux Tribe Constitution and the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council, the governing body of the Oglala Sioux Tribe. And whereas under Article 4, Section 1, F and 1W of the tribe's constitution, and the tribal council has the authority to manage all economic affairs of the tribe and to adopt laws protecting and promoting the health and general welfare of the tribe and its members. And whereas on December 13th, 2019, the Finance Committee of the Tribal Council approved a motion to authorize the tribe to apply for funding under the Indian Community Development Block Grant Program in the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, and to work with the Housing Director to explore other funding opportunities within HUD for Indian Community Development for the development of a community center for the Porcupine District. Whereas the Tribal the Tribal Council has considered the matter and agrees that exploring and applying for such funding is in the best interest of the tribe and its members. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council hereby authorize the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council tribe to submit an application for funding the Indian Community Development Block Grant Program and the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development to meet the economic and community development needs of the tribe, and to work with the Housing Director, the Tribal Council representatives from the Porcupine District, and other appropriate tribal officials to complete the application and to explore other funding opportunities within HUD for Indian community development for the development of a community center for the Porcupine District, and be further resolved that the President and Treasurer of the tribe are authorized to execute any and all documents necessary to carry out this resolution. Chairman, I move to
Okay.
accept.
Okay, got a motion, second by Councilman Apple. Councilwoman Whitehorse.
There needs to be a correction in the third whereas. The date is December 13th, 2018, not 19.
Oh yeah, that's correction.
Okay, so we got a correction. Got a motion and a second. Secretary, call for the vote, please.
Jim Meeks,
Yes.
Dwayne Yellowhawk,
Yes.
Garfield Apple,
Yes.
Glenn Gibbons, Lydia Bearkiller. Yes. James Cross, Sonia Little Hawk Weston,
Ha.
Vincent Tulance,
Yes.
Craig Dillon,
Yes.
Cora Whitehorse,
Yes,
Bo Little White Man,
Yes.
Chancey Wilson,
Yes.
Philip Goodcrow,
Oh.
Randy Laisbad,
Yes.
Richard Greenwald.
Yes.
15 yes, unanimous, motion carried. Education Committee. Okay. Councilman Gibbons.
Can the secretary read the resolution, please?
Okay.
Resolution of the Tribal Council of the Oglala Sioux Tribe, an unincorporated tribe. The resolution of the Tribal Council of the Oglala Sioux Tribe supporting the Lakota Waldorf School, a registered nonprofit corporation whose mission is to provide early childhood and elementary K-8 learning through Waldorf methods immersed with the Lakota language and culture. Whereas the Oglala Sioux Tribe adopted its constitution by referendum vote on December 14, 1935, in accordance with the Section 16 of the Indian Reorganization Act of 1934, 25 U.S.C. subsection 5123, and under Article 3 of the Constitution of the Oglala Sioux Tribe, the Tribal Council is the governing body of the Oglala Sioux Tribe. And whereas the Education Committee is a standing committee of the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council and met on January 28, 2019, and recommends support of the Lakota Waldorf School. And whereas the Lakota Waldorf School is a 501c3 nonprofit corporation registered as the Lakota Waldorf School, located at 3 Mile Creek Medicine Root District on the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation. Whereas the Lakota Waldorf School was founded in 1993 by community members of the Medicine Root District, is a non-sectarian school, and is a member of the Association of the Waldorf School of North America, which is a fully recognized member organization of accrediting agency of the National Council for Private School Accreditation. And whereas the Lakota Waldorf School supports the development of the intellectual, social, emotional, physical, and spiritual capacities of the child through a curriculum with revitalizes and maintains the Lakota culture and Lakota language. And LWS's goal is to help students develop a strong cultural identity and heritage, fluency in Lakota language, and empower students to meet the challenges faced in today's world. Now therefore be it resolved that the Tribal Council of the Oglala Sioux Tribe hereby supports the Waldorf School, whose mission is to provide an early childhood and elementary education K-8 to learn through Waldorf methods and principles of teaching, integrated with the Lakota language and culture to serve the children of the Medicine Root District and Pine Ridge Indian Reservation. And be it further resolved that the president or in his absence, the vice president is authorized to sign documents of the effectuate this action of the tribal council of the Oglala Sioux tribe. Certification.
So I got a motion,
Motion.
second? Question, Councilwoman Bearkiller.
Okay, so when this came, I thought we was gonna insert that 2% in there, the 2% right to work. And then the other one is that we need to insert that all background checks are done and on file.
So are we gonna,
I think we should add another, whereas and put the 2% on there and also the background checks.
Councilman Wilson?
I think that Waldorf School just wants support, that we support them in helping with the Lakota language, and we support them in that aspect. I think we could make another resolution, because Isabel did come to the Education Committee last administration and said she would be in support of that 2% and following all tribal course ordinances and stuff. So I think that could be another resolution. I think she just wants this that shows that the tribe supports the school and the Lakota immersion and all that, and the culture, and shows that we support the school.
Okay.
But I guess we could make another motion to have the Education Committee bring back another resolution saying, enforcing the 2%.
Councilwoman Bearkiller? Is that all right?
No, I just thought that when we're gonna support a nonprofit, again, a corporation coming in, we should insert our authority and jurisdiction, right away.
Councilman Gibbons? You want to add those to your motion, or?
Repeat that again.
Pay attention. The support, the resolution, I do support because they've been here. I don't know if they ever had support, but they've been here. But when a nonprofit corporations come on, we should insert our authority and jurisdiction. And that 2%, they were willing to pay, they agreed. And then also to insert the background checks, because we don't, we need them to do their background checks and have it on file. That was the agreement when they came.
Councilman Gibbons?
That's, most of that's already done. They would not have a problem with that. That can be added.
Okay, so we'll just, with those changes? Motion and second. Okay, Secretary, call for the vote, please.
Jim Meeks,
Yes.
Dwayne Yellowhawk,
Yes.
Garfield Apple,
No.
Glenn Gibbons, Lydia Bearkiller,
Yes.
James Cross, Sonia Little Hawk Weston,
Ha.
Vincent Tulent,
Yes.
Craig Dillon,
Yes, with added changes.
Cora Whitehorse,
No.
Bo Little White Man,
Yes.
Chancey Wilson,
Yes.
Philip Goodcrow,
Oh.
Randy Laisbeth,
Yes.
Richard Greenwald.
Yes.
13 yes, 2 no, motion carried. Next item, please. Have the secretary read the next item.
Resolution of the Tribal Council of the Oglala Sioux Tribe and Unincorporated Tribe. Resolution of the Tribal Council of the Oglala Sioux Tribe supporting and approving American Indian Services, AIS, request to collaborate with the tribal education and the schools reservation-wide to develop the AIS Prep STEM Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math Education, a 6-week summer project for middle school students on the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation. Whereas the Oglala Sioux Tribe organized in accordance with the Section 16 of the Indian Reorganization Act of 1934 on December 14, 1935, adopted a federally approved constitution and bylaws, and under the Article 3, the Tribal Council is the governing body of the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council. And whereas the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council has the authority under the Constitution, Article 4, Section 1W, to adopt laws protecting and promoting health and general welfare of the tribe and its membership. And whereas the Education Committee is a standing committee of the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council that oversees educational programs for the youth of the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation. And whereas the Education Committee met on January 28th at a regular meeting, the American Indian Service, AIS, presented information regarding their sponsorship for a 6-week summer program for middle school students on the Pine Ridge Pine Ridge High School campus starting summer 2019. And whereas AIS is a 501c3 nonprofit public charity headquartered in Salt Lake City, Utah, their mission is to provide education to Native Americans in need through scholarship and programs while ensuring their cultural values are preserved. And whereas AIS program is pre-freshman engineering program, prep STEM program that emphasizes science, technology, engineering, and math. And whereas AIS will provide funding, staffing, and hiring tribal members, and the Pine Ridge High School will provide the facilities and will partner with reservation schools for transportation. And whereas the first year of the program will be offered to 50 incoming 7th grade students and will increase to 100 by year 3. The program is designed to be an ongoing summer program for students interested in the STEM field. And whereas the Education Committee believes that the school administrators must take a more proactive role in efforts to enhance, promote, and strengthen our youth's ability to learn a higher level. Now therefore be it resolved that the Tribal Council of the Oglala Sioux Tribe hereby supports and approves the request to collaborate with the Tribal Education Agency, T, and the schools on the Pine Ridge Reservation for the American Indian Service Prep STEM project for middle school students. And be it further resolved that the President, or in his absence, the Vice President of the Oglala Sioux Tribe, is authorized to sign the necessary documents for implementation of this project. Certification.
Got a motion by Councilman Apple, second by Councilman Gibbons. Secretary, call for the vote, please.
Jim Meeks,
Yes.
Dwayne Yellowhawk,
Yes.
Garfield Apple,
Yes.
Glenn Gibbons, Lydia Bearkiller, James Cross, Sonia Littlehawk Weston, Vincent Tulance,
Yes.
Craig Dillon,
Yes.
Cora Whitehorse,
Yes.
Bo Little White Man,
Yes.
Chauncey Wilson,
Yes.
Philip Goodcrow,
Oh.
Randy Laisbad,
Yes.
Richard Greenwald.
Yes.
15 yes, unanimous, motion carried. Next we have Barbara Donai. Huh.
Get on my bike.
Can I have one? I didn't get one. Mitake pe iuha chatewashtel na pe chiusa. dona ya hiu kina. Na dona anagop na nakagana iuha. Wopila tranka. You know, I hurried up, and I know, Lydia, I did go through the process. I went to HHS, and they told me to come back. But James said, we need to get this over with. And he said it started here, so I did. And I did thank the tribal council for giving me 10,000 one time and 5,000 another time on Christmas, and that was all for payroll. I'm having a hard time. I'm just listening to you, approving a lot of things, and I'm thinking, why me? You know, I asked for 5,000, and it really went into a big tailspin. Anyway, what I'm asking you is just resend this. I've had sleepless nights over this. I just want to forget it. If I have to pay you back the 5,000, I'll go beat some bushes and I'll give it back. But, you know, I really had a lot of hard time on this. You told me to provide some paperwork in the back, how much Twyla True spent. That's all back here. That's what she spent, who she supports. And I just want this over with. I wanted to resend this.
Okay, just a minute, Barbara. Councilman Cross?
No, I'll make that motion to rescind.
Okay, so I got a motion and a second. Secretary, call for the vote, please. Councilman Apple, your mic's on too.
I didn't get who seconded. Who seconded?
What are we rescinding? The investigation.
Okay, last administration, council took action to press charges on Twyla True. And it was a council action, and so that's what Barb's requesting.
Councilwoman Bearkiller?
I don't think it's investigation, but we had a ordinance or resolution that came through council that the attorneys were assigned to research all our nonprofit on the reservation and to see if these nonprofits are actually serving the people. Due to accountability, you know, they talked about accountability and to do research on all nonprofit on the reservation to for the attorneys. I think we assigned the attorney's office that they research all of this and bring the report back to council. And that's when Barb was the one that came to council and advised us that this foundation was the ones doing the funding. It was set up that way, and then the funding stopped. And so we were concerned about if they're accepting donations or they're receiving donations in the name of this program or this service, and then all of a sudden services stop. You know, we want to find out why, if they're accepting donations, why it's not coming here. And that's why we put all of them on the table to be researched. And then I don't think we should exclude one nonprofit from it. And that's all it was. And so the attorney's office should be researching this. Lisa should be coming back with the report for us.
Well, just to hear my side, I sat here all afternoon. I caught cold. I didn't have a cold when I walked in here. I sat in here. And, you know, I'm getting it all kinds of ways. You know, I'm hearing it from Twyla True. All of a sudden, I'm getting all this communication. And I said, oh my God, I said, I don't know what to think. I said, I just want this to go away, you know, because here I am with me and my babies. We just got a 7-day-old baby, you know, and that's you guys' child. You know, I take care of them, but, you know, at this rate, you know, I just need this rescind and let me go on my way trying to take, I really have a hard time. I get donations for food, but nobody's giving me cash. That's the problem I'm having. You know, and you did say to come to finance, you guys would try to help me, but I haven't come there. Thank you, Cora, for asking that one time. You know, you did, but I haven't gone anywhere.
Councilwoman Little Hawk Weston.
You know, I guess have a question for Barb. I know that what kind of led up to what happened, but I want to ask you, are you getting help now from Twyla True? Is she helping the children's home?
Okay, with all of this going on, what it finally come down to it was, she told me, finally I heard from her. And she said she wasn't getting the donations. She had 2 people underneath her supposed to be getting donations. They weren't doing their job. So that was the reason. So the last 2 months was August and September, I believe it was. She said she paid it. She gave me $10,000 out of her own pocket. So now, and then it stopped for a little bit. Now she committed to $2,500 a month. You know, and then we get the CPS, you know, whatever we submit, we get that back. So, I mean, you know, we're really scraping.
So you are getting something back then?
Yeah, $2,500. Yeah, thank you. You know, a lot of people donate. Formula, diapers, all of that, but nobody won't donate $100 sometimes. And it's hard, and I don't get any others. I just get the donations, what I get. Garfield used to give me food when he was, he'll tell me, go up there, Barb, and get some food from Commods, you know, so I'd go up there and load up, and so that's how I operate this. We're 501c3. We've got our taxes, what little taxes we have to pay. I mean, we don't pay because we're 501c3. So we're working on that. But we have 8 people that we employ 24/7. And that's what I always have a hard time paying.
Okay. Go ahead and then I'll have.
Is some of your employees under our new program or the WEL program? Are all your
I
employees
have
under there?
4 that's on
They're getting paid by the tribe.
WOIA. WOIA, but the WOIA only $7.25? $7.25 is the limit, so I try to give them $9, and so I submit that, $1 or $2 or whatever, we give them that.
Councilman Cross.
I'll just make a motion to accept your report and rescind the action that was taken from last administration.
Okay, I got a motion on the floor. Second. Secretary, call for the vote, please.
Jim Meeks,
Yes.
Dwayne Yellowhawk,
Yes.
Garfield Apple,
Yes.
Glenn Gibbons, Lydia Bearkiller,
Yes.
James Cross,
Yes.
Sonia Little Hawk Weston,
Huh?
Vincent Tulance,
Yes.
Craig Dillon,
Yes.
Cora Whitehorse,
Yes.
Bo Little White Man,
Yes.
Chauncey Wilson,
Yes.
Philip Goodcrow,
Oh.
Randy Laisbad,
Yes.
Richard Greenwell.
Yes.
15 yes, unanimous, motion carried.
Wopila kanka e chichap. Le nane ni we kanjaki ni top. Iuha ni top. You know, and I try my best. I don't say no. We had a 7-day-old baby that was delivered, and thank you, Sonia. Sonia gives me a lot of layout sets, and so we were ready to go on. I got to go find formula for the little one. So just to, like I said, I invite you to stop in. Oh, shit, hell, me and my kids. But some do stop in and see what we're doing. We're not a real extravagant place. We're always out there soliciting for somebody to help pay the lights. Our biggest was last week, propane. Propane was a big thing for me last week. I don't know how I did it. Gosh, I pray a lot. God helped. Somebody donated to fill our tank up. So that's how I operate. I don't have a whole bunch of money to operate. So we'll for resending this. I'll go home and sleep with my cold. I caught cold sitting here, so.
Wopila.
Okay. Thank you for that.
Okay. Everybody want to grab something to eat, and then we'll finish the last of these agenda items? Councilman Goodcrow, will you give us a meal prayer, please?